courts and everyone must take a strong stance. A1 especially, how she entered the country. She can't even tell. If I grant her bail and tomorrow the case is called and she can't be found, what happens? The motion for bail is refused.
The case is back in court on October 12th. For JoyNews from the Circuit Court, my name is Joseph Akable.
Well, Joseph, there with the latest. Let's bring in Awula Serwah, who's co-founder of the Eco-Conscious Citizens GH. And Awula, of course, you have some understanding to the law. So in a rather unconventional way, we're finding a judge make some pronouncements even before judgment on this case. Some feel this will be prejudicial to the case, given the fact that the judge is not pleased with the fact that we're beginning to suffer as a result of activities of illegal mining. We've not convicted Aisha Huang, yet that's been a basis for which she would have to remain in police custody. Is it normal in the practice of law?
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me. Yes, I mean, we know that a person is innocent until proven guilty, but it's not uncommon for a person to be denied bail whilst investigations are going on. What we hope is that the investigations will be conducted speedily so that the trial can begin. And after all the evidence is brought before the courts, it will be up to the court to either acquit her or convict her. That is the duty of the court. The police need to complete their investigations, but we hope that they do that sooner rather than later.
Find a judge being stern, I should say, on issues of illegal mining, and in fact going ahead to ask the court to be tough on some of these issues of illegal mining. It appears that there's some role for even the bench or our judicial system to play in this. You agree?
Well, I mean, the only thing the courts can do is to look at the evidence before them, and then based on the evidence, they will have to make a ruling whether the person is innocent or guilty. That is the role of the court. It is good that we are all, every Ghanaian, every right-thinking Ghanaian should be very much concerned about the state of our water bodies. It's unacceptable. But as we keep saying, this whole matter of illegal mining doesn't start and end with Aisha Huang or illegal miners. There is a network going on. How, if they are Ghanaians, how do they get the equipment they have, and why are the authorities standing idly by whilst they go ahead? If they are foreigners, how do they get into the country? They don't just waltz in unless our borders are so porous, but they do get into the country. How does the equipment get in? So there's a whole network. How is the gold disposed of? And we need to dismantle the network if we seriously want to get to the root of this matter so that the Galamsey can stop, and then we can start restoration of our water bodies. But let me also be clear that even with the legal mining, we need to make sure that all the protocols are being followed. Because even though we can't see, it's not only when the water is brown that there's something wrong. It could be nice and clear. It doesn't mean that there are no hazardous substances within the water if the water is not being properly disposed of.
I want to bring you back to the issue about the concerns of the lawyers for Aisha Huang and the three others. The issue regarding her safety and the fact that she's been denied some sort of an access. The last time I spoke to a father who happens to be lawyer for Aisha Huang, let's just take a listen to some of the concerns he raised.
Is not accepting anything to the fact that she is influencing anybody in decision making, or she has the capacity to interfere with investigations, or that she is fond of trying to undermine justice. I don't have any evidence to that. And she tells me that she has not done anything like that. And so, well, I don't know what to say, apart from the fact that as a lawyer, I'll do the best I can together with my team of lawyers to defend her, to get bail for her, to let her return to her normal life in Ghana.
How are you proceeding with this case as counsel for this very accused? There are some, for instance, a very revered Professor Ening talking about the possible fact that she may be working on behalf of a foreign government. You know her to be a business person. There are claims of espionage in this case, the fact that she's a spy, destroying territorial integrity. Are you working in tandem with the Chinese government, and is there any influence externally on this case?
I'm sorry, but your question is, I'm sorry, your question is neither here nor there. Your question is neither here nor there. My client is a Chinese national. She has been accused of mining without license and selling minerals without license. This has nothing to do with Ghana-China relationship. This has nothing to do with Ghana's territorial integrity or protection of Ghanaian natural resources or something. It is the duty of the police to prove the charges against my client. And when the opportunity comes up, it is their responsibility to line up witnesses, to swear an oath to tell the truth, and to give evidence showing that on such and such a day, they saw Aisha Huang doing this act or doing this business which is inimical to the interests of Ghana, reference the charge sheet. And I'll give them a battle of their lives with cross-examination. And I have no doubt in my mind that the court will acquit and discharge my clients.
Interesting times ahead in court. In fact, I just want to pick up on what you told the media right after proceedings in court today. You said that this was a small matter, I mean, quote unquote. For some, that goes to suggest that it's as though you are not aware of the consequences of illegal mining on our environment. And in fact, you belong to a political party who's had its leader, the president, put his presidency on the line to fight illegal mining. Why underestimate the potential damage illegal mining is causing to this nation?
Well, if you quoted me as saying illegal as a small matter, it is because since I became a lawyer, the only offense or charge that I am scared of is murder. Apart from murder cases, for me, as a practicing court-going lawyer, all other criminal charges are relatively small matters.
Well, that's the justification from the lawyer.
I'm sorry, I missed your question.
Yeah, so that's the justification from Efadate on this, that this is much more of a small case that we're dealing with.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a small case. I mean, you rightly talked about the consequences of illegal mining. All I would say is that any person is innocent until proven guilty. But I wouldn't say it's a small matter. In fact, the consequences of illegal mining could lead to death. Because if you're releasing poisonous substances into the waters and people are drinking it, the fish are having it and so on and so forth, it could lead to a whole nation being poisoned. So I wouldn't describe it as a small matter. But yes, anybody is innocent until proven guilty. The investigation should be speedily carried out. She should be tried, and based on the evidence, we would hope to get the right verdict.
And finally, government, somewhere last week, put out a raft of measures they intend to roll out as part of moves to scale up the fight against illegal mining. You've looked at some of the issues being pointed out by the sector minister, Samuel Abujinapo, on that. Are you convinced that these measures will be effective?
Not at all. I mean, I saw one of what we've said, Arocha Environmental Club said, stop all mining in forest reserves. When I looked at one of the measures that was taken, there was something opening the door, something to the effect of exceptional cases. There's no exceptional case. There should be no mining whatsoever in forest reserves and close to water bodies. Because you see, we're undermining the whole fight ourselves. And it is not, that is why I keep on saying that this Aisha Huang case is not the end or beginning of the matter. We have our house to put in order. The Chinese don't just come into the country. Who allows them in? Who allows any individual to engage in mining, whether legal or illegal? So what I'm saying is mining in forest reserves. That's my take. I'm very disappointed about that.
Anyway, Awula Serwah, thank you so much for your time here on the Joy News channel.